Once upon a time, in a land filled with colorful candies and bouncy balls, lived a teacher named Michelle. Michelle wasn't just any teacher, she was a math magician. One day, Michelle decided to make learning basic math operations fun and exciting for her students. So she gathered her students, a group of curious kids, and announced, "Today, we're going on a mathematical quest." The kids were immediately intrigued and eager to begin their adventure. Michelle, being the clever math magician that she was, knew just how to captivate her students' attention. First, they were going to learn addition, and she had just the thing to make it fun. "Let's start our adventure with addition," Michelle said. She went over to a nearby tree laden with shiny red apples. "Let's add some apples," she exclaimed. She picked 3 apples and placed them in a row. Then she picked 2 more apples and added them to the first 3. 3 apples plus 2 apples equals 5 apples, she said. The children counted along with her, their eyes sparkling with excitement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they chanted. Michelle then showed them how to write it as 3 plus 2 is equal to 5. The kids practiced adding different numbers of apples, candies, and bouncy balls, always shouting with joy. Through this playful activity, they discovered that addition is all about combining groups of things together. Next, it was time to learn subtraction. Michelle led the children to a table laden with a plate of delicious cookies. "Now let's do some subtraction with these cookies," she announced. There were 5 cookies on the plate. She took away 2. 5 cookies minus 2 cookies equals 3 cookies, she said. The kids counted the remaining cookies, their faces beaming with pride. 1, 2, 3, they sang. Michelle then showed them how to write it as 5 minus 2 is equal to 3. They practiced subtracting different numbers of cookies, candies, and bouncy balls, always shouting with delight. Through this fun activity, they learned that subtraction is like taking things away from a group. After a short break, it was time for more mathematical adventures. Michelle led the children to a spot on the ground where they could arrange things in rows and columns. "Now let's learn multiplication with these bouncy balls," she said. The children loved bouncing the balls, so this was a fun way to learn. Michelle arranged 3 rows of 2 bouncy balls each. 3 rows of 2 bouncy balls equals 6 bouncy balls, she exclaimed. The kids counted all the bouncy balls, their laughter echoing through the air. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, they shouted. Michelle then showed them how to write it as 3 times 2 is equal to 6. They practiced multiplying different numbers of bouncy balls, candies, and apples, always shouting with glee. Through this activity, they discovered that multiplication is like adding the same number multiple times. Finally, it was time to learn division. Michelle brought out a box of colorful crayons for this lesson. "Let's divide these crayons," she said. She had 12 crayons and wanted to divide them equally among 3 friends. "If we share these crayons equally, how many crayons will each friend get?" she asked. The kids thought for a moment. "We can draw a picture to help us solve this problem," suggested one of the children. They drew pictures of the crayons and divided them into 3 groups, with each group representing 1 friend. After some discussion, they realized that each friend would get 4 crayons. 12 crayons divided by 3 friends equals 4 crayons each, she said. The kids practiced dividing different numbers of crayons, candies, and bouncy balls, always shouting with enthusiasm. Through this activity, they learned that division is like sharing things equally among groups. As the day came to an end, Michelle, the math magician, had successfully made learning basic math operations fun and engaging for her students. They not only learned how to perform these operations, but also understood when and how to use them in everyday life. Michelle then showed them how these operations work together in everyday life. "If you buy 2 bags of candy with 5 candies in each bag, how many candies do you have?" she asked. The kids used multiplication. 2 times 5 is equal to 10, to find the answer. They solved other real-world problems using addition, subtraction, division, and multiplication, realizing that these basic mathematical operations are essential for understanding quantity and solving problems in our daily lives. The kids left Michelle's class that day not just with the ability to perform basic mathematical operations, but with a newfound appreciation for how these skills help them understand and interact with the world around them. They discovered that math isn't just about numbers, it's about having fun and learning something new. And so their adventure in the magical land of mathematics continued. See you in the next video. This video was creatively crafted by Creativo Solutions with the help of artificial intelligence.